comes. Oh my god, look how
It's a
beautiful.
really, really soft flesh.
Ooh!
What does your t-shirt say? My t-shirt says "Too good for Montong."
I second that, yeah.
Yeah.
I assume that all our viewers know who Lindsay is. Lindsay Gassick of yearofthedurian.com, but unless you've been sitting under a rock for the last 7 years, I'm gonna let Lindsay explain what is the Year of the Durian.
Okay, so the concept of the Year of the Durian is that you can travel all year to eat durian by moving to different countries. So if you are willing to hop countries, you can stay in the durian season, peak durian season, all year long. So in 2012, I decided to follow this durian trail, and I stayed
2012, that's 6 years ago already.
almost 7, yeah.
Almost 7, yeah?
Yeah. So it stayed in the durian season for an entire year, and I started a blog, which is called Year of the Durian, because I thought it was just going to be 1 year of traveling for durian, right? And it was going to be like, I was inspired by the Chinese zodiac, you know, Year of the Rabbit was what.
Like a
that
gap year, but with durian instead of booze.
Yeah, exactly. It was my
Yeah.
year of durian. It just kind of kept going and became 7 years of durian.
So when did you realize it's not just going to be 1 year, that Year of the Durian blog? It's going to grow into so much more.
Well, about maybe 9 months into Year of the Durian, I actually looked at the number of people who are following us on the blog, like how many people are actually looking at my blog, and it was a lot more than I expected. We also got a lot of media attention, and my Facebook was going crazy. I was getting like 17,000 likes on a picture.
Oh, wow.
It was like way, way more than now. And so I was realizing that people, you know, I'd started this blog mostly just to share photos with my family.
People are basically traveling vicariously for you.
Yeah, and we were getting lots of emails from people, and people were starting to ask me for help on how they could do it. And so I kind of realized that there was this gap, there was this niche that wasn't being filled at that time by any other website, which was how to travel for durian. And so I just started putting out, you know, the way that I was writing the blog post changed. Because at first it was just like, oh, you know, we're here, we're there. This is my impressions of
But
this
you weren't
place.
really helping anybody. It was just like
really.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it was really just a journal for my family, and so I didn't have to like write everybody. We both happened, right?
Like we stayed here. This is how much the night costs, and then this is where you get durian near the hotel.
And once I realized that other people wanted to come and do what I was doing, then it became much more specific, and especially as the emails become a little bit overwhelming. As you know, like a lot of people asking the same questions, and you're like, I just want to put this out there so I don't have to write this a million times. You know, I don't want to have to keep retyping this.
If I'm correct, like to this day, you feel compliant to answer every email you get.
I do answer every email I get.
How could you possibly manage that?
Sometimes I'm a little late. I feel bad about it, but yeah.
And on Lindsay's website, yearofthedurian.com, you have all sorts of maps and calendars. This is for you wannabe durian hunters.
So I'll tell you, you know, where to go when, you know, like if you're in January and you don't know where to go, you can go to my website, find the calendar, it's a free download, and you can figure out, it's also on the Apple iStore, what is it called? App Store. I don't use iPhones, so.
I think it's called App Store.
Zoli made me an app, so thank you, Zoli, for the app. And you can use that and just swipe through all the different months and find out where to go. I also have maps on my homepage, so if you just know you want to travel to Malaysia, you're not sure where, I also have one for Thailand and Indonesia. You can go to the map, and then I have pins for everywhere that I've been. Click on a pin, there's a link to the blog post, and in the blog post you'll find out where I went, where I stayed, how to get there, how much the durians cost, what to eat there, how to pick it out, like all of the...
It's all there. Basically, it's the biggest site for any kind of durian knowledge out there is like the Wikipedia of durian.
I have to second that. Sometimes when I look up, like, when I want to research something for some information and I look up a blog, after the article I'm like, well, I didn't get wiser at all, right? But with Lindsay's blog, it's really like, if you read the article, you're gonna know everything you need to know.
Yeah.
Including the mood of the durian seller at the time when he was met.
Yeah.
I have some nerdy questions for you.
Okay.
And I've written them down
nerdy.
because I don't have any kind of memory. I know this is a question that must have been repeated 1,000 times over, but where was the best durian you've ever eaten?
Oh, I don't even know. The very, very best durian. I mean, there's so many categories of durian that I appreciate. I mean, one was my best graviolans, or one was my best cretigensis.
Any.
Well, let's start with that. What's your favorite species?
My favorite species would be orange graviolans.
Me too.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
I
agree.
really like that one.
I have to.
Or Lowianas.
Lovianas, for me, it's a cross between Lovianas and Dolces.
Okay.
I really enjoy the Dolces.
Which is a little too strong.
Yeah?
A little too strong. It's intense.
I like that minty
Yeah.
finish.
I like the sticky. I really like sticky durian, so the graviolans are like really, really sticky. I also have hybrids of graviolans and zibethinus because they have the sweetness of the zibethinus but that really sticky, dense texture of the graviolans. So maybe like a suluk would be my favorite.
Oh, yeah?
You know suluk?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. We've had
Suluk
a
might
great
be one of my
one.
favorites for sure.
Cool.
My other favorites would be I like Tekka a lot, and I like D17.
Okay, that leads me to my second question, because we had this gathering here. We are at the Baosheng Durian Festival, and a lot of the people were telling us stories how their first experience with durian was a bad one, and we get a lot of emails like that. Hey, I'm in New York, I went to Chinatown, I bought a frozen montong, I opened it, I was, from your videos I was expecting something delicious, and it's like a rotten onion.
Yeah.
So, can you tell me why is it that the first experience with durian for so many people is a bad one?
So number one, people are basically eating overripe montong, which is one of the strongest sulfur, strongest onion tasting durians. The second part is they're eating it frozen, and montong doesn't freeze well. So when it becomes unthawed, those cells are broken down, and it basically becomes runny and watery, and it loses like the sticky creaminess, right? When you thaw
And it becomes gross.
It becomes gross. And the third problem is that most of the durian, up until about 2 years ago, was being picked underripe. So it didn't develop the right amount of starch around it.
Okay, so for those people who don't get discouraged enough by the first bad durian experience, but still want to go out there and travel for durian, we get a lot of emails like, hey, I've never traveled to Asia. I only have 2 weeks holiday. I want to be somewhere where there's still Wi-Fi and where I'm not going to get eaten up by mosquitoes.
Yeah.
And what would be a destination that you can recommend for first-time travelers if they want to get good, fresh durian?
Here, Penang. Penang would be a really great destination because it's a very small island. It's really easy to get around, and there are lots of really good farms.
What are the good months to eat durian here?
May, June, and July.
So also for people that want to experience great durians, right? You have tours, right?
I do, yeah.
So can you explain to us what these tours are about?
So if you have a 2-week holiday and you just kind of want the most efficient way of trying all the durians, my tours are a great way to do it. I'm not a fruitarian, and I don't do the jungle shack for people. I really try to make it a very comfortable, fun, relaxing, smooth experience. Yes. So we stay on eco resorts or out in the mountains somewhere, but where you have a Western toilet and running hot and cold water and Wi-Fi. Yeah.
And mosquito net.
Yeah, or no mosquitoes because
no
they
mosquitoes, that's
manage
even
their
better.
environment, so there's not pools, cesspools of water around. We're usually up with a nice view. I'm obsessed with good views, so I try to give people just a really relaxing, fun trip, right? And we tend to bond as a group, and it's very small. I keep it only to 8 people, so it's a very small group, and people stay friends for years afterward. I'm just getting text messages from some of my groups. I make them a group chat, and they just keep talking to each other the whole time. And I'm managing 5 or 6 of them now, and it's just so amazing.
I think what's
the way they
really
stay together.
exciting about your tours is that people get to try so many durian varieties.
That's right. So the tours are set up as a connoisseur tour. It's not, you guys do a really amazing job helping people with their health and lifestyle abundance and changing their mentality and stuff. Mine's more just about experiencing culture and eating and tasting. So we really go through a range, and as I explained, terroir is really important to me. And so each region of Malaysia and each region of Thailand has specific areas that are very, very good in a particular variety. And we'll move, right? So we'll have 8 or 9 days, and we'll move through these different areas. And I've picked out specific farms that have the best of that specific variety, and we'll just focus on that variety for a whole day.
Wow.
So we'll have, you know, like a Tekka day, a Musang King day, a D24 day, a Blackthorn day, a Red Prawn day. I usually do a D17 day if we can get it.
I've heard that during your tour you even have a day where there's an all-you-can-eat Musang King buffet.
Yes. So we have a Musang King day, which means for the entire day you can have as much Musang King as you want.
That is absolutely ridiculous.
Wow.
It's pretty crazy.
I would already sign up for that alone.
Yeah, it gives
You
good
haven't had a
value.
Musang King yet.
I haven't, no.
Right.
I haven't.
Yeah, we
really.
have to correct that very soon.
Very soon, yeah.
So Durian aside, what other things are you passionate about?
Running.
Yeah.
Everybody who knows me, I'm an obsessive runner. Run every morning. If I don't get to run, I get all like anxious and angry.
So you're basically hooked on running.
I'm hooked on running. I love yoga and stretching. Coconuts. Anybody who knows me knows that I'm, you know, my focus is durian, but my diet is coconuts.
And you almost lost your thumb
I
last year.
did almost lose my thumb. on
They have real good
coconuts.
coconuts here
Oh yeah.
at the festival.
Salty
Really
and
good. We had 2 batches. The first batch was salty, which was really nice and young coconuts, and then the second batch are like a little older and they're
Yeah.
like super sweet. It's
they remind me
delicious
of
to
the
taste the
Borneo
difference.
pandanus.
Yeah, the pandan.
Pandan coconut.
We
Yeah,
have the pandan coconut here too.
yeah,
Yeah.
right.
So,
So what does the future hold for you? What's the future?
immediate future, I have a tour coming up. So July 20th to 28th is my next tour. There are still open spots if anyone wants to come along.
How many open spots do you have?
I have 4. I have
4.
open
Okay,
spots.
so we need a big family.
And you guys need to hurry because by the time we upload this video, it's going to be about 10 days later from now. So
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll see if it's still there or not. I also have a book launch. I wrote a whole book on Penang.
yeah,
Yeah,
that
so
was
like-
a funny story.
Hari Raya. Yeah, so it got delayed because of Hari Raya.
What is Hari Raya?
Hari Raya is the Muslim festival after Ramadan, and they just couldn't finish printing. So when Hari Raya happens, everything closes, and
That's how it goes in
that's
Asia.
just how it is.
Right.
So
But it's going to be out.
yeah, July 14th is the day. It's now the new book launch day, and maybe that's another reason why I'm closing the Baosheng Festival. Is I feel like with the book, I'm putting so much resources out there.
You guys can manage on your own.
You can manage it yourself, yeah, and I can go off and do more new fun things.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So where can people find information about your book, about your website,
What
about
social
you on
media
social
are you on?
media?
What's your favorite
Tell us
social
what
media?
where to
Instagram.
find you.
Instagram.
Instagram, yeah.
Which is at Durian Writer?
Durian Writer, not
Durian
Durian
Writer.
Writer. That's Harley.
Yes.
You know, I'm the Durian computer
Writer.
writer.
So
Yeah.
then you also have YouTube, right?
I do have a YouTube channel.
And it's called
A Year of the Durian.
Year of the Durian.
Yeah.
And then the website is yearofthedurian.com.
That's right. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Thank you
Thank
so
you,
much.
Lindsay.
Thank you for coming.
Thank you for having us here. We're having such an amazing time.
It's the best way to
It's
finish.
awesome.
Best way to finish this festival for me to have you guys here. So thank you for coming to celebrate my birthday and the end of the Baosheng Fair.
I just can't imagine it's not going to be here next year. It's just such a ball, such a great success.
Maybe you guys will do it.
Penang is your baby.
I don't know. I can pass it off.
We'll see. Thank you.
Thank you
Bye
guys.
bye.
Nice to meet you.